top 5 BBCOR bats all time.
I guess we haven't. Yeah, it was a little. He did leave a distinction.
I guess I'll go kind of in no particular order. I think the original 2020 Black the Goods was a slight touch better than all the others, but it was, can you hit the ball over the outfielder's head on a regular basis or not? If not, you are by necessity a contact hitter.
Yeah.
So a couple of my favorite bats for that.
So with the way 2025 is shaping up, as far as your top BBCOR bats, have things gotten shooken up much, or where are we looking at with BBCOR right now?
Well, there's a lot that's coming out soon.
Okay.
So it could get weird.
Which is good. I love it.
When it's exciting, especially this fall, bro. Like I've heard there's like a One Piece icon, which I'm super excited about. There's allegedly like a Hype Fire BBCOR.
Okay.
Which, I mean, we'll see, bro. I don't know.
Like, but traditionally, because I assume it's going to be 2-piece composite.
Yeah.
So like that's not.
My expectations are somewhat low.
Yeah. Okay.
So, but yeah, for right now, like the BBCOR market is somewhat stable in terms of rankings. I feel like combat, dude, I love the combat, and everyone I talk to that swings it loves the combat, and dudes that swing the combat rake with the combat. Like it's a damn good bat, and the feedback is so good, the sound is so good. It seems to be pretty durable. The price isn't crazy. I know they just bumped it up a tiny bit, but hopefully they keep it at 350. Yeah, the combat's the move right now for sure. And the SelectPWR is an awesome number 2. Atlas is great. I know those have been breaking a bit. The Goods is awesome. The new Omaha looks really, really cool.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of good bats.
With the combats, and they have unique looks to them. Are they catching on with like big D1 schools? Like, do you go guys pull it out there?
So Rawlings and Easton had so many kind of down years in BBCOR for a while.
Yeah.
That so many of the Rawlings Easton schools have switched to Wilson, Marucci, Louisville Slugger, DeMarini. So there's not many Rawlings Easton Power 4 schools anymore.
Okay.
Like there's literally a handful. Ole Miss.
Like, no, you would know more
bro, there's not Kansas State. Like there's a few Big 12, but like SEC, I think it's Ole Miss. And I think that's the only one.
I want to say I would. So I did have a K-State game on a few weeks back. I want to say I saw a combat on. Like, K-State. Like,
K-State swing at this point, like in the postseason, you will see multiple combats in every single Rawlings Easton lineup.
Really,
some schools you'll see 9 of them.
Okay,
so
for those people, I would guess most people that are listening know, but like combats underneath that umbrella.
Yeah, so it's an Easton for all intents and purposes. Like Coastal Carolina, for example, you know, they typically swing a bunch of old stuff, but like they've got a few combats now. Southern Miss, they typically swing old stuff, but they've got a couple combats now. Ole Miss has some combats. It's definitely become one of the most I think it's the single most popular Easton bat this year.
Okay.
You still see more clouts than combats, but I think you probably see a pretty similar number of icons to combats.
What's the do you ever, I remember this was 3 or 4 years ago, but you would still randomly see an XL1, like an Easton XL1.
Yeah,
I feel like those are probably all dead at this point.
Yeah, so for a while there you would see throwback BBCORs, but in the last few years, I feel like the BBCOR bats have gotten so solid.
Yeah.
Like they've gotten so good that I'm not seeing a lot of throwbacks. Like the only throwback bats I'm seeing are like the Rock Chalowski from UCLA swings a 2020 Fuse XL, which is like, it's 5 years old. It's not even old, but so I think Southern Miss might have one XL3.
Okay, there you go. No, those are the ones that I love to see.
But I think that's it, dude. And everyone else is swinging clouts, combats, and icons.
The other tough part about seeing that is you probably like, I remember if I'd see a random bat, you'd be so excited. You're like, there's no one to talk to about it.
But it's just, the bats are good now. You don't see a lot of old DeMarinis. You don't see a lot of old Louisvilles because I think Louisville's bats are better than ever. I think Rawlings bats are better than ever. Easton is probably the one brand where you'd see throwbacks with, but the combat is so good now. A lot of those guys are just swinging combats anyways.
Yeah. So similar conversation here. USSSA bats, like your top list is, I mean, obviously things are about to get shaken up based on our prior discussion. So or they have been shaken up at this point because we got our Louisville Slugger Supra going to be sitting on top, right?
Probably, dude. I mean, like I want to hit with it more, and I want to especially hit with the drop 8 and the drop 10 a little bit, and have some kids swing those.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was like, that's getting split in half. Like
I'll swing. I actually swing drop 8s and drop 10s sometimes, like by myself off camera, but like 40 miles an hour, and I just kind of check swing.
Yeah.
Just to like get the feedback of it and feel what the barrel feels like and listen for the sound.
Yeah.
Because the sound is super revealing, at least on a linear composite bat with the single wall composites.
Yeah.
Pretty typically, if it sounds pingy and harsh,
yeah,
it sucks.
Okay.
And if it has a bonk,
yeah,
it's hot.
So
that's why like you can hear with like the dub, like it has such a better sound than all the other drop 8s and drop 10s. And like the Icon is another really good drop 8 and drop 10 where the hype fires quite pingy in drop 8 and drop 10.
So if you're a parent or a player that's listening here, you're 11 through 14 years old, like, do you even go for alloy at this point? Is it all like, I mean, I don't want to say that because it's like,
no, it's a good question.
Some people can only afford, which is fine. I'm sure there's fine alloy bats out there.
And honestly, there's some affordable composite bats too. Like we just did a U-Trip budget showdown with $150 composite U-Trip bats. So
gotcha. Like the hype we have the hype, the Easton hype from a while ago. That's like a real steal.
The old Easton hypes, the gold Zoa, awesome bats. But so for the age group you said, 11 to 14, I would swing composite.
Okay.
But that's actually a good age group because I would say 6 to 10, just get a freaking Cat 7, bro.
My son's 7. I just have a USA. He can use a USSSA. I was like, this bat fits you. Just use this.
Swing bat. Like, get like the Marucci Cat bats are a perfect bat for a young kid because they're a cheap, durable, affordable one-piece alloy, but they have the vibration dampener, and a good, comfortable, squishy grip that it's not going to buzz your hands up. That's the move for I think 10 and under.
Okay,
is swing an alloy bat. So that is still alive and well, at least in drop 10. Yeah, but like once you get to drop 8, drop 5, if you want the hottest bat, you should swing composite.
Gotcha.
For USSSA. For USA, I would never swing composite personally. I just you can, but I think you're probably just burning your money. I'd swing a 2-piece hybrid. Marucci Cat X2 Connect is awesome. Bone Saber Hybrid is awesome. SelectPWR is awesome. And then like even like a cheaper 1-piece, the Victus pencil bat, the Crayon bat. That's an awesome USA drop 10 bat.
Yeah. They and I don't. I'm really in on the glove side now. I don't pay attention to bats quite as much. Have you ever done a USA review?
Yeah.
Do you do it?
Dude, it got a ton of views too.
Do you do it? Is it just like one time you've done it? Or?
Yeah, I did one big like 8 bat USA showdown last year.
Okay.
I've actually done 2 videos at this point now. On our backup channel, I posted a review of the Hype Fire USA and compared it to the Icon USA and the Cat X2 Connect and the Crayon Bat USA. But yeah, we did a big USA showdown and it's a good video. And on our website, baseballbatbros.com, we have like our top 4, top 5, I think, USA bats on there too. So yeah,
you'll have to be keyed in come August when the Little League World Series is going on.
Oh yeah,
I feel like they all use the same bat.
Well, so the Little League World Series is sponsored by Easton.
Yeah.
So like even once you get to, so I went to regionals, and once you get to regionals, they just flood your dugout with free Eastons.
Really?
And it's sick, and they're going to get a bunch of Hype Fire USA bats. So most kids are probably going to swing that, but I think this year we'll probably see more alloy bats than we have in the past, just because I truly think a good, especially 2-piece hybrid alloy USA bat is going to outperform a composite USA bat.
Gotcha. Nice.
100%. So
cool. So we got a few questions. We put out a post. We have some people. We said, hey, give us a question for the Bat Bros. So you can take these as long as you want, as short as you want.
All right,
so
let's do it.
We got one here from Cam Hollywood 21. What's your all-time favorite bat?
My all-time favorite bat. I mean, it's a big question. That's a really broad question.
Favorite BBCOR bat of all time. It can be nostalgic or
I guess I'll go by category.
Okay, yeah.
So I'll break this in like 4 questions basically. My favorite BBCOR bat I've ever swung it's a stupid answer. I think it's the Combat.
Okay.
The Combat is, I think, to date, probably the all around complete package for BBCOR bats, and I love it. If I had to give a nod to an old bat, I don't even know what it would be.
I thought you might. I remember this video, the Stinger Nuke, and you like put this like string of like 15 straight hits that together. You're like, I've never had a better.
I like the Stinger Nuke off of slow BP. I love the Stinger Nuke.
Okay.
If I'm facing the pitching machine, throwing a little bit of fuzz though.
Yeah.
Like I kind of get doored with that bat, but I do like it.
Nice.
The Combat's my favorite BBCOR bat.
All right, next one.
My favorite U-Trip bat I've ever swung is probably the most recent Green Zen I swung.
Okay.
But I have a fair amount of suspicion that it was shaved.
Okay.
And not like intentionally. Like I'm not saying the person that gave it to me shaved it, but
did they buy it secondhand?
I think so.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
And the shrink wrap on the bat seemed to be aftermarket. So I think it could have been shaved.
Gotcha.
And that version was probably my favorite bat I've ever swung. Other than that, the Orange XL one was really fun, but those break a lot quicker than a lot of people would think. But all right, my favorite wood bat I've ever swung, I would have to say the corked birch bat that I swing every now and then. I love that thing.
Nice.
Other than that Delano bat that we broke.
Okay.
It's basically a corked bat. It's a hollowed out wood bat with a composite liner on the inside.
Yeah.
That was the hottest wood bat I've ever swung. And then my favorite old school bat I've ever swung would have to be the Easton Reflex Extended that LSU used in the 1997 World Series.
Nice. There you go.
That bat's gas.
There we go. Nice. Cam, we got you answered here.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see what another one.
Combat or Atlas?
Yeah, go ahead. We don't have a name on that
one. We've addressed this, but the Combat probably.
Yeah.
And there's no like, I want to make this clear that I don't think there's very many universal truths about, nuanced bat questions like that. But for at least 51% of people, I think the Combat's probably a better bat than the Atlas.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay. This is from Wonk. I think it's Wonk Peng 1. What? Yeah. Sorry if I
Wonk Peng 1.
Okay, I'm sorry if I said that wrong. What best BBCOR bat for a contact hitter?
Oh, that's a great question. So there's different types of contact hitters. There's contact hitters like a collegiate contact hitter.
Yeah.
That is just, a really strong dude that just hits the ball low and he's fast.
Lean-yes.
And there's contact hitters by necessity. Small, young dudes that just, maybe they would be a power hitter if they were big, but they just can't hit the ball over the outfielder's head.
Yeah.
That's kind of the line. Can you hit the ball over the outfielder's head on a regular basis or not? If not, you are by necessity a contact hitter.
Yeah.
So a couple of my favorite bats for that, the Atlas is great. I'll also just say any bat that's a power hitter bat can also very successfully be used by a contact hitter and vice versa.
Yeah.
You saw the home run. So this is a great example. I think one of the best traditional contact hitting bats is the original Marucci Cat X Connect.
Okay. Yeah.
It's an amazing bat, super long barrel, light to swing, not necessarily going to light up the hit tracks.
Yeah.
But just an amazing bat for putting the barrel on the ball. Mason Neville for the University of Oregon led the nation in home runs this year with that bat.
Okay.
So you can hit bombs with a contact hitting bat, and a contact hitter can contact hit well with a power hitting bat. So it's more like I try to not use a bat to label a hitter.
Yeah.
The hitter defines what the bat does.
Yeah.
And certain bats have attributes that lend themselves better to a contact hitter, but at the end of the day, the hitter defines what type of hitter they are.
Yeah.
The bat doesn't define what type of hitter the hitter is.
Yeah. It's a lot more to like, who's using it as opposed to exactly how it's built.
So easy answer, the original Marucci Cat X Connect, not the Cat X2, the original Cat X Connect. Nuanced answer, the Combat. Like whatever frickin' bat you want.
I'm just, because we got this person's name, I'm going to ask this question. We've kind of already answered it, but this is from Junior Justin King. Top 5 BBCOR bats of all time.
Top 5 BBCOR bats all time.
I guess we haven't. Yeah, it was a little. He did leave a distinction.
I guess I'll go kind of in no particular order. I think the original 2020 Black the Goods was a slight touch better than all the others, but it was the most fragile. So
that was the telescope one.
I retract that statement.
Oh.
Yeah. I don't think I can give it that because that thing was a liability, bro. Let's see.
Voodoo 1, the red one.
Yeah, those broke like crazy too.
Okay, yeah,
I can't give to that.
Was that in cap or was it knob?
Both.
Okay.
Both bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 2017 to 2021 Voodoo 1 had some issues there. Okay, I'm gonna have to give the Easton XL3 2012, 2013, 2014. I'm gonna have to put that in the top 5. Combat easily is gonna be top 5. SelectPWR is easily gonna be top 5. Dude, I don't know if I'm going to put the goods in the top 5. If anything, I would have to put the new one in because like I would love to put the 2020 in, but it broke like a freaking egg, dude. Let's see other ones.
Here's one that I have when it comes to like legendary BBCOR and like considering the time period. I feel like the Cat 5 where the very first Cat 5 where the 33 and the 34 got banned just because they pushed the envelope in regard to performance. And it was like actually a good bat because that first year, I want to say the Rawlings 5150 was like the bat but that was kind of out of necessity.
Yeah.
So I always think of that one when I think of like
the Cat 5 squared was a decent bat.
Yeah, Cat 5 squared.
However, the Cat 5 squared got banned literally because it failed at like a 0.501.
Oh,
like
really?
It was such a stupidly narrow margin. And I've swung that bat and it's good.
Yeah.
It's not crazy.
Yeah.
It's like, here's another one. The Stinger Missile 2 33 that got banned. And that got banned by a lot. Some of those were testing way over.
And
like
0.6s?
That thing was dumb. Dumb.
Wow.
So Stinger Missile 2 that got banned. And then the 2019 Meta Prime is sick. That's a really good bat.
Was that blue or was that red?
That was red.
Red. Okay, yes. I remember I
think the red was better than the blue.
Yeah.
The barrel profiles were actually even different.
Yeah. Okay.
They changed from red to blue without saying they changed. That happens more than you'd think.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Awesome. I'm trying to see if there's anything else over there.
Let's see. We got favorite combat paint job.
There you go.
Easily from Adrian Conscious.
Oh, nice. Yes.
Easily the cookies and cream.
Okay.
And I think the Sandstorm is a close second. Everything else is an abomination in my opinion.
Really?
I think it's kind of eyewash what they're doing with all the other paint jobs. But,
okay.
Hey, it's working. People like them. People are buying them. So, can't hate on them too much, but I wish they would just make a million cookies and creams. I think that's one of my favorite looking bats all year.
What was I feel like I got the red one, the red country club. And I was looking at it at the movie with Robin Williams. I was like, the Dead Poets. I was like, this is like the Dead Poets Society school logo. Have you ever seen that movie? Okay. I was like, that was what it reminded me.
Yeah, they're like the rodeo and country club thing. Like, it just seems like old dudes in an office are coming up with those ideas, But hey, again, I can't really chirp because they're selling bats crazy, bro.
Yeah,
so
really
shout out Combat.
Trying to see if there's any more here. Oh, favorite one piece BBCOR.
Combat, bro.
Combat.
These are all easy. What year of the SelectPWR do you think is the hottest?
Do we have a name on that one in case
Cooper Martin?
Okay.
So the SelectPWR has been the same bat for 7 years now. Heck, I'll even say this. I think the hottest version of the SelectPWR was the 2016 Select 716.
Okay, nice.
I think that's my answer. Other than that, I mean, all the latest ones are. That's one of my top 5 BBCOR bats, by the way.
Okay,
Select 716.
Nice.
So, but all the recent SelectPWRs are the same bat. They changed the sound, which is horrible news because they got to bring back that clack. Now it's more pingy, but if you really like beat up a SelectPWR and put like a million swings on it, it'll start to get more of that clack sound.
Yeah,
but you really got to hit with it a lot.
Nice. And then we got a name on this one, so let's make sure we do this. Kind of just to we talked about this, but Tomas Yo 13, favorite stadium you've ever hit at? Go ahead, let's say it for him.
Yeah, it's probably Petco Park.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so, nice.
I mean, there's something to be said for our hometown fields, though. But Petco Park and Las Vegas Ballpark are probably my 2 favorite fields.
Will, we really appreciate you taking time. I know that this was impromptu for Will too, so he hopped. We both jumped in on here together. before we hop off, I always do 3 strikes on our gloves podcast. So kind of 3, just like a little different. We kind of covered a lot of stuff here, but this interested me. I thought I tore off part of this question, but I think I got it. Are you able to read the comments that people post on your videos?
I read every single one.
You do?
Easy. Yeah.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
You probably can't always respond.
No, I definitely don't. But like, dude, I think comments matter.
Yeah.
Not on short form. Short form, it's like short form's garbage, bro. Like Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. Because the issue there is people are seeing your videos that didn't choose to see your video.
Yeah.
On YouTube, what I love about YouTube is everybody that comments on our video saw the video and made the active decision, I want to watch this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, like if they have a negative comment, that's 90% of the time, that's something worth listening to.
Yeah. So
like, I'm going to take that as somewhat legit feedback.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I'll be the judge of if like they're right or not.
Yeah.
I try to do a pretty dang stand-up job. So I don't think there's much to chirp, but it's 99.9% all love.
Yeah.
And our viewers are sick, man. And we're trying to be useful. So I hope that would be the case.
Yeah. Does anything get under your skin these days?
I mean, like
hitting during the day.
If people accuse us of being paid off by bat manufacturers to review certain bats, well, like that used to get under my skin a lot, but now it's like, bro, like it's obvious that's not the case.
Yeah.
Like we chirp bats all the time. Mm-hmm. Like we say things that definitely piss off bat manufacturers. Mm-hmm. I think each brand at some point has got plenty of heat from one of our reviews. So I guess like those don't really bug me anymore, because like usually by the time I even see it, there's a couple people that are just barking at him, and the replies like, bro, what are you talking about? So like, I usually just say like, you must be new here, man, because like that's clearly not what's going on.
Nice. All right, question 2. So is college baseball, is it better than it's ever been from an excitement standpoint?
I wouldn't say it's better than it's ever been. Mm-hmm. I'm personally a little bugged by how the transfer portal has affected the game.
Yeah.
And I think it's really stripping away the advantages that smaller mid-major programs had, like baseball factories, like the University of Louisiana Lafayette, some of the California schools, Fullerton, even a school like Oregon State, where they would recruit super strategically and develop like none other, and just create these just mega baseball cultures.
Yeah.
And they were just known. Southern Miss is another awesome one. Coastal Carolina, and they're still like, to their credit, bro, they're still competing.
Yeah.
But got their best players are getting ripped out of the program.
Yeah.
If they have a great season, because they go get paid 6 figures by some school in Texas with a bunch of oil money. So like, horns down. But yeah, like
as of yesterday, they're out.
Yeah, so UTSA. So that was sick. So like the mid majors are still competing, but like each year that goes on, I feel like the transfer portal and NIL, mainly the flexibility of the transfer portal. I think NIL is sick, but guys being able to transfer 2-3 times in their career, I think is ridiculous, and it's hurting.
I think it hurts everyone.
It's hurting the parity of college sports.
Yeah.
Like for example, Utah football, I don't even know anybody on the team this year, and I'm a diehard Utah football fan.
Yeah.
And like usually, we have a good group of guys coming back, and I don't even we got a new quarterback from New Mexico. He's supposed to be sick. I don't even know his name. And he's a senior. Like he's going to be a one and done. So yeah, it's exciting. College baseball is exciting, but the transfer portal pisses me off, dude.
Yeah, it is tough.
But hey, they're hitting bombs. Like it's fun. The games are fun to watch. I'll give you that.
What's it called? Old Chucky Schwab Field doesn't feel quite as big as it did in 2011 or whatever.
Yeah, Ameritrade now.
Ameritrade. Oh, sorry,
Chucky Schwab. Actually, I can't keep track.
Wait, did they switch the name back?
You might be right.
I can't remember.
I don't know.
Someone fact check us.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, they fill it out, bro. People, I would say the popularity of college baseball probably is better than it's ever been.
Yeah. So
it seems like it, at least.
I would agree with that. Especially, I mean, it's cool. Like this time of year is unique. Same with fast pitch too, where it's Like people are they're locked in on, right now with the Oklahoma fast pitch ladies World Series, and then coming up now with the super regionals coming up, and then Omaha after that. So, okay. So the third question, you get a day off from hitting. What are you doing to relax?
I'm mowing the grass. I'm taking my dogs on a walk. I'm probably swinging by the Pokemon card shop. And
nice.
Yep. And I'm getting pho with my wife.
There you go. Do you have like an original starter pack of Pokemon left?
No,
or?
I'm not diehard.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty bootleg, but I've got like a base set holographic Mewtwo. I've got some cool stuff,
nice.
But nothing that good.
Our photographer Stu, I remember it like as like a third grader getting the like starter pack of Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I like thinking back, it's like, what if I just didn't open that? Like that would have been a nice but
I mean it's easy to say in hindsight.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, and going rock climbing maybe.
There you go.
Going to our local rock climbing.
Do you like boulder or do you like
bouldering?
Okay, gotcha.
Dude, I think it's good for hitting. It's so good for grip strength.
Grip strength?
Yeah,
nice.
and hitting and throwing. Like I've become a stronger hitter since I started bouldering and
nice.
rock climbing.
That's awesome. Cool.
Yeah.
Well, Will, thanks for joining us, man. This has been fun. I'm glad we were able to get the Batter Up podcast, get another episode in there. I'm sure people will they'll love listening to this content. So as everyone knows, Bat Bros, at Baseball Bat Bros, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube obviously is the biggest one. Make sure you're watching on YouTube.
LinkedIn, Google Plus.
Yeah.
Do you remember Google Plus?
I don't, not off the top of my head. But
it had a short life.
Really? Yeah. Nice. I'm thinking like Zanga or something like that. That was one of them. But no, thanks for joining. So everybody, if you like the episode, if you're on YouTube, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Spotify, Apple, 5-star rating. We'd appreciate it. Till next time. Have a great day.
Bye.